carbon is everywhere, and as a carbon-based life form myself, I am appreciative of that fact. But one place that I don't want carbon to be is in my engine. This is a borescope. You use it to scope bores. I've got the camera sticking down in the spark plug in whatever cylinder, I guess 3, on the Honda Insight here, and I'm taking a look down into the cylinder, and as you can see, there is the valve there. You can see the divot in the middle, and there's the valve face. Looks like it is closed. You can see there's a little bit of a sort of a deposity look there, but there's some growths, shall we say. Right there in particular, it's a pretty big chunk of carbon there. And let's see if I can twist the camera around just a little bit. Okay, well now we're looking at the cylinder wall, which actually looks excellent. Look at that. You can actually see there's still cross-hatching on the cylinder walls. It looks brand new. Let's see. There we go. Where are we? Okay, we're looking up at the top now. You can see the intake and exhaust. Let's see if I can spin it. Oh no, I fell! There we go, there's some more meaty goodness. Not as bad on that side, but there are some carbon deposits. Another reason you don't want carbon deposits in your engine is the same reason you don't want any deposits in your engine. It's junk. Carbon deposit can heat up and act like a glow plug or an ignition source and cause pre-detonation or pinging. And when you shut the car off, it could make it diesel a little bit, which is kind of the problem that I'm fighting here. Every now and then, when you shut the engine off when it's warm, it'll continue to run slightly, which is less than ideal, really, and just a sign that it's probably time to give the engine a good cleaning. But since I can't get in there with my Dawn dish soap and a scrubber, I'm going to have to use something else. Let's take a look at another one of these cylinders, though, just for the heck of it. There we go. Nice coils. I like them. That is the spark plug out of there, and you can see here that how this borescope works. It's got a little camera here at the end, another camera here at the side. Just turn it on. Yep, and we've got lights. So that's the lights on the side. I don't want that one. I want to change to that guy. There we go. And now we'll just plunge that down into the depths. That piston is all the way at the top of the cylinder. Still can see a bit of crustiness here. It's not amazingly clean, not stupendously dirty though. Can I get this to rotate a little bit? Answer, not easily. This looks like it might have been at the top of its compression stroke. But, yeah, could do with a cleaning. So what I'm going to be using to try and take care... That bird, man, I swear. So what I'm going to be using to try and take care of these carbon deposits is some SEAFOAM. I've actually got 2 of these because we are going ham on this car with this stuff. We are going to do the nuke it from orbit treatment. One of these is going to go in the fuel tank. The other one is going to go in the intake. So let's go get this one in the fuel tank and then pull the car up to the shop and do the intake treatment. Big miss on Honda's part, honestly, not having a holder for that. Anyway, down the hatch. Cool beans. Okay. Just kidding. So I'm leaving the engine running because what you're actually supposed to do, if I remember right, is unhook a vacuum line and then dunk it just a little bit into the liquid to suck up just a little bit of it. Not enough to hydrolock the car or anything, just enough to coat the cylinders and the intake valves and that sort of stuff in the inside of the intake. So I've got some fuel line and I'm gonna see if I can make that happen. So what I was doing there was... No, stop. So what I was doing there was slowly feeding the line down into the SEAFOAM and just letting it suck up enough that the engine would kind of start to stutter a little bit, because, you know, this stuff's... It's composed mostly of diesel fuel, kerosene, that sort of stuff. Just sort of aggressive solvents that are still combustible. So I was richening up the mixture to the point where the car would barely run and then just backing off a little bit over and over and over. And then once I got about halfway through the can, you just dunk it in there. It'll richen the mixture up so much that the car will die, but it'll mean that there's a whole bunch coating absolutely everything. And actually, I have no idea where this vacuum... Yeah, that vacuum line goes into the main plenum, which is good. You want it to go into the main plenum. You don't want it to go into one of the individual runners, because then you're just getting one cylinder, and you don't want that, clearly. So I'm going to let this sit for a while, and then we'll see what happens. But let's get this vacuum line hooked up before I forget about it, and wonder why the car is idling at 3,000 RPM. Oops. Oh, there we've got a good roast going on there. Look at that. Oh shoot, sorry neighbors. Okay, well, now I guess I'll let that sit for a while. Oh no, it got in the garage. I'm gonna pour the rest of this into the fuel tank. I don't think there's a ton left. Nah, pretty well used the entirety of it. So I'm gonna let this sit for another 15 minutes and then give it another startup, go for a test drive, and then we will borescope it again. Ooh, the engine's gonna be hot. Might borescope it tomorrow. Straight off the bat, the car seems a bit smoother. My gosh, this shifter is good. Honda does such a... This makes my BMW feel like garbage. Honda does such a good job with shifters. Oh my gosh, it's Michael's old car. What's that doing here? Michael, it's your car. I'm sad that the crazy graphics aren't on anymore. So, it says to drive it enthusiastically, so here we go. Massive plume of smoke. Not revving past 4,000 and a massive plume. I'm so sorry to all the people behind me. I'm gonna get some looks. I just smoked out an entire main... The guy in the IS250 gave me a thumbs up. I was kind of hoping that it was done smoking. Oh, it's not. Oh, it is not. I've never seen SEAFOAM actually have this much of an effect. I can't speak. I appear to have a case of the smokes. This dude in the Chrysler 200 has his phone out. That's hilarious. I need to get to a less busy street. This was a mistake right here. Hopefully that means a significant amount of the crud in my intake is now gone. Massive plumes of smoke still. Looks like the smoke show is mostly stopped. That's good news. AC set to the proper temperature. In automatic mode. One thing that I'm curious about as I putter along here in the highway is potential fuel economy improvements with this. So maintaining 60, it used to be pretty tough to get over 50 miles a gallon in this car, and that does seem to be the case. I am going up a little bit of a hill right now, but let's see what happens when the grade levels out. It's not terrible. Ooh, a friend. Hello there, Mr. CRZ. Okay, here we go. Acceleration. Oh, it's faster. Oh, it's definitely faster. Yo! That's like real car acceleration speeds. What on earth? I'm passing a Corolla. Oh, y'all got nothing on this. Is this what this car is supposed to be like? Fifth. That was fourth. Fifth, please. There we go. This thing's great! It is once again time for the camera on a stick. I guess it's not really a stick, it's more like a bendy thing. Yeah, dumb joke. Anyway, in it goes. Feels like that cylinder is pretty much at top dead center, so very hard to kind of tell, but the piston is here, the valve is here, and that's the cylinder wall. And there's no more crustiness on it, like no chunks that can flake off. I might need to crank the engine over slightly just to get that piston not at top dead center, so let's see if I can accomplish that. Trying to bump the engine with the hybrid system is actually really difficult because the starter, the hybrid IMA motor just wants to start it super quickly. Okay, so that's valve there, that's piston, that's the wall, and it looks like this is just at the very top of the piston stroke. Looks like there's still a little bit of junk there, but it is... No, come back. Quite a bit cleaner than it was before. My gosh, that piece looks like it's just about to break off. But it's not completely black everywhere, which is kind of neat. So I'd say that's definitely some improvement. And of course it'll keep cleaning because there's still a bunch in the gas that's going through there. And so I'll probably see, you know, chunks kind of coming off every now and then. That looks like flakes of carbon almost. Who knows how hard those are stuck to the wall, so not really sure what to make of that. Here's what it looked like before, and then here is now. So I can't see the before because I'm still holding the camera, so draw your own conclusions from that, I guess. Okay, I just went and looked at my picture from yesterday. Definitely cleaner, not perfect. SEAFOAM definitely isn't some sort of cure-all, but it certainly doesn't seem like snake oil in this case. That is a definite improvement and, you know, verifiable. It's the same cylinder, and I think I'm even looking at it at pretty much the same angles. So there you have it. That's the effect that SEAFOAM has on my Honda Insight's little 1-liter 3-cylinder after 190,000 miles. Let me know down in the comments your own experiences with SEAFOAM. I have heard all kinds of interesting stories. But no matter what your story is, thanks for watching.